Hi, Wes Scott from LifeBack Law Firm. Today we're going to talk about LifeBack Law Firm protecting Minnesotans from law firm marketing fraud. LifeBack Law Firm has been heavily involved in participating against law firm marketing fraud. We once saw a law firm that possessed no less than 237 Google Map listings. And we recently had an arbitration decision that was just, they call it arbitration, it's arbitrary. This older white male, doesn't matter that he's white, but was older, did not understand digital marketing, I don't think, and clearly bought this narrative that these Google Map listings, they just kept popping up. We tried to get them down. It was bad for our business. Well, they just kept popping up, and we couldn't control them. It was terrible. It was embarrassing, but some of these firms are still doing this, and they're still pretending to be places they're not, and we're still playing the game, and so we continue on, and we'll do it for however long it takes to stop this in Minnesota. You want to do it elsewhere? Well, the lawyers in that state can deal with it, but in this state, we intend on protecting people from being victimized by people who insist on perpetrating geographic origin fraud, claiming to be places where you are not, and purporting to be in local communities you are not. And it's all a game. It's fraud. And it's harmful to people. It's terrible. And then some of these firms, what they do is they use to block the eventual bad reviews because they got duped. Some of these firms will use software to block negative reviews. Again, victimizing the public from seeing the truth. It's slimy. It's just slimy. And I think it's a narrative of some people's tactics to do anything to make a buck. It's terrible. And I feel bad for these people. I feel terrible for these people. It's rotten. And we get those phone calls, and I always feel bad for them. When the time is right, when you are ready to get your life back in Minnesota, Minnesota's most kind and helpful bankruptcy law firm would never trick prospective clients by committing geographic origin fraud. So when the time is right, reach out to LifeBack Law Firm. You're going to be so thankful you did.